What happens when 20 of the world's major economies gather, yet find themselves at a crossroads of consensus? Welcome to the chronicle of the Group of 20, or GG20 conference that took place in New Delhi, India, in the year 2023. The conference began with a sense of urgency and anticipation, given the global backdrop. The world watched as leaders from these influential nations congregated, their discussions dominated by the war in Ukraine and the growing global influence of China. As the discussions unfolded, agreements were reached on critical issues such as multilateralism, food and energy security, climate change, gender issues, and counter-terrorism. These topics, vital to global progress and stability, were universally accepted and addressed by the representatives of these powerful economies. But the unity of the G20 faltered when the conversation turned to the ongoing war in Ukraine. China and Russia, two key players in the G20, objected to paragraphs in the previous G20 declaration that referenced the war's impact on human suffering, global economic fragilities, the need to uphold international law, and the inadmissibility of nuclear weapons. This disagreement created a palpable divide between the United States and its allies on one side, and Russia and China on the other. In the midst of this tension, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi urged members to find common ground on issues crucial to poorer countries. He underscored the crisis in multilateralism and the failure of global governance, highlighting the urgent need for unity and cooperation. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken, meanwhile, emphasized US efforts to bolster energy and food security and called on Russia to end its war of aggression in Ukraine. The split over the war in Ukraine overshadowed the proceedings and threatened to further strain US-China ties. China accused the US of promoting war and violating Chinese sovereignty, while Russia criticized US policies and accused the West of seeking revenge for its declining dominance. The G20 conference in India in 2023 was a testament to the complexities of global politics and diplomacy. It showcased the power and potential of dialogue among nations, but also underscored the challenges that arise when consensus cannot be reached. In summary, the G20 conference was a mixed bag of agreements and disagreements. It marked progress on issues of multilateralism, food and energy security, climate change, gender issues, and counter-terrorism. However, the divide over the war in Ukraine and the conflicting interests of the United States, China, and Russia cast a shadow over the proceedings. As the world continues to grapple with these challenges, the role of such conferences in fostering dialogue and finding common ground becomes increasingly significant.